All right, so let's take a look at that solo. Over the B7 chord, I'm mostly thinking B mixolydian, trying to isolate that one note that separates the B7 chord from the rest of the A major scale, and that would be the D sharp. So I start off with this lick. Okay, pretty simple. I'm just starting on the 11th fret of the G string, coming up to the 12 on the B, bending up a full step and back down, 10 B, 11 G, then bending 12 on the B up 3 times, coming back down. That whole phrase, one more time, sounds like this. Okay, now I'm going to go to some double stops. The next idea sounds like this. All right, so what I'm doing here on the 9th fret on the G and the B, I'm barring with my first finger, and I'm hammering on to the G string while holding the 9th fret on the G and the B. And then playing the 9th fret on the G and the B one more time, 11 D, and now I'm going to play 11 on the G, 12 B, and then slide down 2 frets. Come down in the 7th position, play 7 to 9 on the D, double stops on the 7th fret of the G and the B, and I'm going to hammer on once again to the 9th fret of the G string. And then I'm going to play 7 on the D 2 times, hammer on to the 9th fret of the D, play 7 and 7 on the G and the B. Let me go back and put some of that together. It's a lot of numbers. Okay, so from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, now I'm going to bend on the 9th fret of the G, full step, come back down, 7th fret of the G, and this is where I go into the B7 chord. The B7 has D sharp, so I'm going to try and bend my D into the D sharp. And then I'm going to end the phrase by playing a little chromatic run here. 7, 8, 9 on the G, 7, 8, 9 on the B. And then I'm going to play a little bluesy thing using 6s. Starting on the 7th fret of the D, I'm going to slide up to the 9th fret, and then catch the 9th fret on the B. And then slide back to the 8th fret and back to the 7th. So let me put some of that in context for you. Go back to the very beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, so that's the first half, and then I'm going to solo over those same chords one more time. Here's the first phrase of the second half. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it starts off kind of like the way I started off the entire solo. I'm going to play on the 11 G, 10 to 12 on the B, bend up a full step, catch 10 on the high E, come back from the 12 bend on the B string, come down to 12, 10 on the B, 11 G, then 10, 12, 14 on the B, and then I'm going to bend up 14 3 times and come back down. Now when I bend up a full step from the 14th fret of the B string, I'm catching the note D sharp, which sounds great over that B7 chord. So here's the first phrase of the second half of the solo one more time. Okay, next part sounds like this. Okay, on this part, what I'm doing is sliding into 18 on the G, 19 on the B, bend up a full step and back down, 17 on the B. Now I'm going to shift positions with my finger, so with my middle finger I'm going to catch 16 on the high E, bend up a half step and back, 17 B, 16 on the G, bend up a full step and back down. So that whole phrase sounds like this. Okay, next part sounds like this. And what I'm doing here, same basic theme. I'm playing these notes a lot. Starting off on the 11 on the G, 10 to 12 on the B, then coming up to 14 on the B, bending up 3 times, and that catches the D sharp once again. I play that D sharp a lot over the B7 chord. And the solo is going to end with some sixes. Sounds like this. Okay, so these sixes are going to be on the G string 11, E string 10, and then move that up a half step, and one more half step. And then I'm going to play 14 on the G, 14 on the E, move up a half step to the 15th, and another half step to the 16th. And finally, I'll end with some harmonics on the B to the E on the 12th fret, and on the B to the E on the 5th fret. So let me play the whole second half of the solo now. Try and put all this together. 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's an example of soloing over the 5 of 5. And we'll be right back with the 5 of 6.